15 years old. That's pretty impressive. Glad you're in the Hammer deal, and Harold as well. Thank you both for all the information. It's impressive.
Yep.
If you have one, November Delta Victor, I would recommend that you buy an ARR oil handbook when you can, and it'll teach you a little bit about a lot of things. And then there are also, of course, more specialty books if you want to get into it a little further, which on down the road you might want to do. But the handbook is an excellent place to start out. There's a lot of good information in there.
The sheriff's office advised they have multiple boats en route to you as well.
Disturbance 5609, Aussie and Bender.
Victor Echo 3, Romeo Sierra, India, listening on Talk Group 93.
I highly recommend for a new ham that's thinking about HF. They look and they see all these Johnny Whiz-Bang antennas that, one antenna fits them all. I'm not even going to address that. But I highly recommend the ARRL handbook and the ARRL antenna handbook. That would be my two choices for any new ham that's thinking about getting into HF.
Fireman accident 26288 Carcanol reporting involved in a motor vehicle accident. Hurry Toyota RAV4 white F250. Incident occurred at the intersection, pulled into the Walgreens parking lot. Reference 273-1970. $250 checking.
250 under control.
Okay. 257, William 89, William 87, William 77 checking.
We made it under control.
William 87, we're all under control.
Okay.
Harold, maybe I have to hit you up on building it. I seem to be not quite as smart as you, but you're a lot older than I am. If you ever want to build me something, we can hook up. You can do that for me. AK-70.
happy to help you out. But you have to keep in mind that some of the guys here on the South Coast Reflector, Harold is so old that, he won't tell them whether he fought on the side of the Union or the Confederacy during the War of Northern Aggression.
That's funny. You're a funny guy. Well, that's true. He is old, but you're getting up there in age too, as well as I'm climbing in age. But yeah, Harold can probably help me out. He's a pretty smart guy. That's funny, Jim.
You take a look at my QRZ page, and that will show you that Jim is filling you full of bull crap.
You're right, Harold. But, we're all three of us getting older compared to a lot of younger generation. Of course, you're older than I am. You're older than Jim. And I'm a young one when it comes to this. But I appreciate you guys' information. You're teaching me a lot of stuff. New ham radio operator here, so I appreciate the information.
Let me tell you, if you stick around here on the most friendly, and informative, and willing to help, and believe me, I've been on all kinds of network systems throughout the old USA, many of them. You stick around here and hang out with the group here on the South Coast Reflector, and you will find yourself a wealth of very informative folks who are willing to help and not be damn sarcastic like some of these you go on. You won't, if you hear me being sarcastic, that's just because it's my nature, and it rubs off. It's not meant in anything. But no, you hang around here with this bunch on the South Coast Reflector, you will probably find one of the most friendly and informative and years of experience folks that you will find anywhere here in the old USA. With that, I'm going away. W2HR.
W2HR. Hey, you're funny, Harold. You said you were going away a while ago, but I appreciate that information. I will definitely keep in contact with the South Coast Reflector. I appreciate that information. Thank you very much. All the information you guys are teaching me. That's awesome. I hope to talk to you all again soon.
You are on the WA5AIR repeater located in Porter, Texas, with AP.
Well, we're around a lot, especially Harold. And I know I've heard Harold say it, and I'll say it myself. There's no such thing as stupid questions, so don't be afraid to ask. And keep in mind, it can be done simply. You don't have to have big towers and big antennas. There's a lot of ways to have fun without spending a lot of money.
With that, I will plagiarize an old friend of mine's comment forever and ever. His call, and still in his case, 6JSI, Shorty. His old cliche was on their TechNet and all. The only stupid question that can ever be asked is the one never presented and asked. And that was his punchline.
I've been learning a lot from you guys, and I'll definitely keep in contact with that. Thank you for everything you guys have taught me. Jim and Harold, it's been awesome. I appreciate all the information. It's amazing what Echo can tie us all up. I appreciate it.
Well, Harold and I are on All-Star. Not that can try and confuse the issue. But just so you know, Harold's a retired electrical engineer, and I'm a retired television broadcast engineer. So Harold knows a lot, and I've seen a lot. I've got to play with big toys at work. So anyway, Harold's right. The only dumb question is the one you didn't ask.
Well, it's amazing. You both have more years of experience than I can ever imagine. And hopefully someday I can get just a fraction of you guys' information. You know, technology changes in the digital sense, but still your information stays the same when it comes to radio and stuff, and that's awesome. I appreciate everything, and I've been more than blessed to talk to you both.
You would have the name of the universe.
341, good.
Last name, Robert, Ida, Charles, Edward. First name, Adam, Nora, Tom, Henry, Ocean, Nora, Young. 1202-93.
341, please.
Name's Jim.
Kim and Harold, it's awesome talking to you guys. KK7MEK, thank you so much. I will not stay clear on the final, as Harold has told me that he's not dead yet and not in the grave. So it's been good talking to you guys. Thank you so much for the information. I hope to hear from you guys again one of these times. I will definitely save this in my favorites when it comes to echoing. Thank you so much.
You are on the WA5AIR repeater located in Porter, Texas, with a PL of 103.5.
No problem. Glad to meet you. Hope to hear from you soon. And Harold's been a ham for a long time, so he's tried a lot of different things, and I've tried one or two. So we'll catch you later.
Sounds good. You both have a good night. I wish I could say clear on the final, but Harold told me on that one, said he's going to live to be over 100. So you guys have a good night, too, as well.
I have a fire on Ella at 14,000 Ella. It's going to be a trees on fire.
Looks like Little York Fire Department's already en route.
North 74. Can you add me to 273?
Okay.
This is the Northwest Amateur Society repeater, WFINC, Klein.
See the ACA, suspicious person. Clear suspicious person at Hacienda Lake Way at Laurel Leaf Lane and service for adult male, gray hair, blue shirt, and child, last seen wearing black shirt, fishing at location near the golf course, reference 370 in 1930.
EMS that were behind the Texaco by the taco stand.
Unheard, KI5 HCAN.
I just don't think he wanted to talk to you, but we heard you. KG5 Wyman.
Roger that, Jeb. I heard pieces and parts of him and Harold, and I learned something. He's a broadcast engineer from days gone by, so I got a whole tassel of questions for him.
Right. All right. Very good. All right. Well, I just didn't want you to feel lonely out there and that nobody loved you and wasn't paying attention to you. How you doing, Bob?
Well, I'm at my everyday workstation. We have a change at 8 p.m. tonight. We're moving 4 sets of SIP trunks from one MPLS circuit to another. So it's going to be rough here in a minute, but no biggie. But I played HF all day. I got my 2 or 3 dipoles at a little better position, I think. It helped the noise a little bit, and I don't think they're interfering with each other now. You know, I got that, it's a maypole, so 40 is flat, 20 is almost an inverted V, and then 10 is an inverted V. But instead of them all being on top of each other, I rotated them around a little bit. In this new position, I didn't get a chance to do that last weekend, so I finished that today, and then I got on HF, backed with Italy and France. And there's a guy in I don't know, Brussels or something. Man, he was like he was sitting next to me.
Get on, man. That's awesome. I'm still jacking around. I've got my 40-meter dipole, and I'm happy with that. Instead of working across the bands, I'm going to work every mode that I can on one band. I did some WinLink stuff for the Aries. There's an Aries check-in, Aries meeting, digital check-ins that go on today, so did my HF check-ins, VHF, bar FM, and packet check-ins. Figured out that my 7100 just does not work well on UHF. I can hook my 910 up, and I can hear all kinds of things, VHF and UHF, that my 7100 will not hear on the same antenna and feed line. And then last night, 40 was just cranking, and there was a, there was the reading QSO North America. It was a North America RIDI QSO party last night. So it was a RIDI contest, and that thing was just like it blocked off a lot of the digital portion last night. I usually get on between about 9 and 10 and check VAR AC. There's usually a bunch of people that are chit-chatting there, and so played a little bit of ham radio today, but worked on my Tahoe. I had to fix a dent. It was an operator error, and got that fixed so I can go get my tires changed because I'm getting prepared. Everyone's going to get tired of me talking about this, but I'm getting ready to go to South Texas for this big eclipse. That's one of the two eclipses that are going to happen, and so yeah. Well, very good, man. That's awesome. You got over into Europe.
You are on the WA5AIR repeater located.
Yeah, it was all on 20. They were all going like mad. I mean, you could have your choice for the most part. Of course, hearing them and getting to them are two things. That's why I wanted to reorient a little bit so I could get to them a little better. But I did get picked up a couple of times, so that made me happy.
Well, I've got two other antennas in the works that will be multi-band. I ended up cutting this 40-meter antenna too short. It's just a little bit too short. But I'm working on two other ones that will be they'll be more suited for the ultimate goal of what I want to do. So I may have to take this dipole and cut it to 20. There's a VAR AC selection there, and I'll have to see about how well that works. Because my antenna, right now it's orientated. You know what I'm trying to say, bro. There you go, orientation. It's gender fluid. It goes east and west, bro. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It's my antenna's broadside east and west, so maybe that'll work out.
Well, that's kind of like what I started with. I had some kind of weird, convoluted, and it was one of those ham-fest deals, $25. Big old chunk of wire, a one-to-one baling, and it was a store-bought one that said half-wave dipole 40-30, right? And I put it up there and played with it a little bit, but I happened upon the 73 long wire or wire antennas book from the 40s or something, and it said you could make a maypole. So that's what I did. I made that thing resonant on 40, and then I added 20 underneath it and 10 underneath it. One baling, just soldered them right to the little bit that dangles out and stretched them out. It works good, man. Just make it a maypole.
Box meal for $5, so heading home with our precious cargo. Have a good one, and thanks for the call back. WI6RE, Ridgecrest up here in the Mojave Desert. Go ahead and reheat that well, so I'll let you go. Get it while it's hot. Okay, stay cool there, Ridgecrest. We'll catch you later. 73 from KM6IUW on Papa 7. And Papa 19 here.
Did was plug the 7100 into the feed line, my LMR 400 up to my GP9, and there are things that I can hear and talk to. And to be fair, the 7100 does not have the same output as the 910, so I'm not going to ding the 7100 on that, right? 7100 got 50 watts on 2 meters and like 20 watts on 70 centimeters, and the 910 will do 170. It'll do 100 on 2 meters and 70 on 70 centimeters. So it can't ding the 7100 for that. But there are things I can hear with the 910 I can't with the 7100. So I'm going to start comparing receiver specifications. We'll see if that reveals anything.
You are on the WA5AIR repeater located in...
Well, the one probably leans towards HF a lot, and they threw, UHF and VHF in just for grins. But I'll say this, I got an old Kenwood hybrid, got a driver and two PA valves, and I have a Kenwood TS590, and I think the old 820 hears a lot more that's down in the weeds. You know what I mean? No matter with the 590, I can pick up the same signals, but it's just not as pleasing to the ear. Where that old 820, there's only a couple of knobs to fiddle with. One is the VFO, and the other one's the AF gain. And you can move the clarifier around a little bit, but for the most part, but I just think it's a lot smoother sounding, I guess is where I'm going. The 590 seems harsh, not real easy to get that pleasing tone, but it'll pull them out. But I don't have to worry about old valves that are only giving me 40, 50 watts out of them with that 590. It puts honest 100 watts every time you grab that little PTT. All right, I'll let you get at it, Jeb. I just need to see if they got the teams meeting going yet. We'll talk at you later. KI5 education.
Oh, hey, you're absolutely right. One is a dedicated VHF UHF rig. The other one is a shack-in-the-box mobile rig, and so, yes, it does HF quite well, and I am sure that VHF UHF is a second thought on all of those things. All right, amigo, be safe, have fun. We'll catch you out here again. This is KG5YUN.
David 38, you can send me that PMV.
David 38, that's clear. It's PMV at the Park at Woodland Lake Apartments, 14333 Philippine Street, number 304. Speaks within the call slip. The reportees advising that their work van was broken into. 448 at 1942.
Can you give the caller a call back and see exactly where they are? We're actually in Los Sucos, and they don't know what's going on.
Two on Edward 16, please.
That's for 1684.
On Jones Road.
District 5 is no longer patched.
Yes, and crew information. Hold me out on a 678 at Punt Park.
1224 clear. Sitting around 15419 Wallaceville. Jakes. Henry 62, that's clear for under control. 262, yes, I'm under control. That's clear. And North 10, you were clear. No more records needed at Kirkendall in 2920. No more records. Two, three. Where? Receive. Suspicious vehicle on Clover Chase. Alright, so confirm your number. 402. Clover Chase, confirm your number. 4412. It was 12, that's fine. Internet.
44 over 33.
Go ahead.
You can send me that burglary habitation, reference number 465.
That's fine.
I'm clear to know somebody in around. Thank you.
That's clear. It's Westheimer and Stony Brook. There's going to be a subject sitting on the curb near the Valero.
Forty-one 168. Change my car to make a citizen, please.
5.
Charles 25.
Charles 25, fire marshal's en route.
It's for 2985 Teddy Freeway. West 74 Disturbance, 12700 Safford Road.
One call holding roll from the county and Willow Springs on a local alarm. 2710 Red Wing Grove Way. 2710 Red Wing Grove Way.
King 12, give me 533. Clear on it.
North 74, you can see Creek Cut.
King 12, you are clear. It's a local alarm 12344 Perry Road, the Crossover Bible Fellowship, 533 and 1951. Next unit. Clear.
Union 33 can go to you.
Out here. Nobody at all? That's hard to believe.
Somebody
Be
around.
quiet. They either sandbagging or they ain't here.
WA9 JG.
W2HR. There we go. Got a couple folks out here. Good evening, gentlemen. K8MK. And Jim. There you go. That woke them up.
Only slightly. I'm in the middle of something on the computer. Trying to get a dang security camera to reconnect to my NVR. Camera works fine, but I can't get it. Get it to connect to my NVR.
Hey, what kind of camera?
I was trying to swap it out, and I didn't use the same brand, so I'm sure it's got a different API path. I'll get it.
clear frequency for the net will be appreciated. Additionally, is there anybody on the net that will be able to, or on the net tonight that will be able to play the ARL news?
Six LSU and 6 ZP. I do have news if needed.
Okay, and 6 ZP, thank you for volunteering.
6 LSU, this is AB5KM. I am on frequency and ready to be back up for this evening if that's needed.
Fantastic, thank you very much, Ken.
Welcome. Sorry about that. I was still on the frequency from the last net I was on. Was 145, so didn't notice that, and now I'm here. So AB5KM monitoring.
5KM, did you happen to pull together the field day stuff? I sent you my stuff later that evening, and I'm not sure if you had a chance.
I'm going to be doing that tonight, so I have the radio up and loading that software. Hopefully everything will go good, and I'll send that back to you after the net.
Thank you much. K6 LSU, standing by.
I have confirmation from HPD.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I knew you'd get it, Jim.
Okay. 151-591. Again, 151-591.
Clear 956.
Said I'm trying to get them some runs. So if you guys could just get back your chair, walk around it, walk around it in a circle, sit back down, and probably change the worm over here.
So do I need to like go get a baseball bat out of my garage and put it on the ground, put my head on the handle of the baseball bat and spin around in circles?
No. Just give me a rounding cap or get up, walk around your chair, turn your hat inside out, put it back on your head. Or get up and walk around the chair or something.
Yeah, I just woke up from a nap after eating Mexican food for dinner, so you're asking a lot.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I'm thinking about going to try and take me a nap. I feel a little tired. The rate I've been sleeping here lately, I just got to sleep when I can. I don't want to go to sleep, but I need some sleep, and I'm sleepy as all get out right now.
Yeah, my wife just woke me up from my nap because she ordered some stuff from Kroger, and it got delivered, so got up to go help bring all that in and put it up.
Well, I hope you don't want me to send you a text about Kroger.
Harold, I don't think it's Kroger's fault that they wouldn't accept your Confederate money. You know, I just don't think that's their fault.
Yeah, that's no way, shape, or form. That's what I was referring to. But I won't get on to it here. last time I brought something up of that kind of remark. One of the users here very frequently got on my case big time.
Good evening. The time is 20 hours, 0 minutes. Weather conditions, sunny, temperature 94 degrees.
Permission of the repeater trustee, Richard Driscoll, K5ERB. Thank you, Richard. In the event of an issue with this repeater, this net uses secondary repeater. I actually need to change that on the script. 145.280, I believe, or 34, whatever. Anyway, with a positive 600 kHz offset and 103.5 Hz repeater access tone. This net meets for the purpose of encouraging communications among amateurs in the Northeast Harris County, East Montgomery County, and surrounding areas. This net also meets for the purpose of encouraging interest in and providing information regarding amateur radio and TIAC. You do not have to be a member of TIAC nor a member of any amateur radio club to participate in this net. This net is conducted under the directions of TIAC Amateur Radio Club. Any station with emergency or priority traffic may break in at any time by giving their call sign and stating emergency traffic or priority traffic as appropriate. If there is any emergency traffic or priority traffic, please come now.
Suspicious reference 309. None of my numbers.
Different antenna, but same radio, so that's what I was checking. All right, thank you. 783 KC508.
Properties, please.
When checking into this net, give your call sign phonetically, your first name, your general geographical area, and state if you have any traffic or comments for the net. Once check-ins are complete, the net will be open for comments prior to the playing of this week's ARRL radio news. All stations are requested to remain on frequency until the net closes. This evening I will be using the roll call check-in procedure. I will be calling stations from a TIAC Sunday Net check-in list. This is a list of TIAC member stations that typically check in to the TIAC Sunday Net. I will begin calling stations in order from the list. When you hear your call sign, please acknowledge that you are present on frequency by providing your first name, your geographical location, and whether you have any traffic for the net. This is K6LSU, Net Control Station for tonight's net. And I will now begin with the roll call from that list.
Final control, thank you.
475 there.
DO already checked in, early check-in. WD4ET, Jeff.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jeff, WD4ET in Crosby. No traffic.
Hey, Jeff. Come in real good. Thank you very much. KI5EYI, Clark.
794 Cypress Station. SO is on location requesting units for a perimeter. They have one on the ground. 698 at 2005. Control 14, the last updates advising that the subject was last seen running westbound from 905 Cypress Station.
EMS clear.
BD, David.
Good evening, Nathan. This is N5KWD, David in Kingwood with no traffic tonight.
NH6L, Bob.
Yeah, hi Nathan. This is NH6L. I'm in Forest. I have no traffic. Good evening to everyone.
K5, LRD, Butch.
David 38. I'm under control. Can you change this to a criminal mischief?
Larry.
Net control, KF50XQ, Larry, Portable in Kingwood, with traffic. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Larry, got you down with traffic. KI5, PHP, Mike.
Director to my location. Central records needed west and southbound Hammerley. Records needed west and southbound Hammerley 2008.
5 Sound 27, I'll be arrived at JPC, any mileage 650.
Here.
W5 RFY, Rodney.
Man.
43 Sound 23, I'm clear.
You can set extra 28 by building 12.
Trick rate.
Rolling on
Sure what's going on there, but I do have you down with no traffic. Thank you.
My battery's going low. I just looked at it.
Match your battery. NR5 TX Ricardo.
This is NR5TX, Ricardo in Kingwood. No traffic. Good evening to the net.
Thank you, Ricardo. KG5 UAWN.
Good evening, Net Control. This is KD5URB, and I do have traffic for tonight's net.
Richard, I have you down for traffic. KF5 VIK John.
Henry 47 checking.
Henry 47, we're on the control.
Henry 44, show one in custody and shown white male, shown being transported to HCA Houston Healthcare Kingwood Hospital. Beginning mileage is 463.
Clear 2011. One 32.
32.
132, you're reporting called back. They're advising that they have more information.
That's clear, I'll call him back.
Okay, thank you. Charles 30 checking.
Oh, but that's no.
Right. This is K6 LSU, Net Control Station for tonight's net. I now take check-ins from stations with call sign suffixes beginning with A Alpha through L Lima.
This is K5 LRD, booked in Kingwood with a late check-in and I have no traffic.
This is 5 LRD, no traffic.
This is Kilo Bravo 5, Whiskey Alpha Quebec, Atascocita, no traffic. I've monitored for several weeks. I still haven't heard my call given. Maybe I'm not paying attention, but somebody, I appreciate, check the records. I appreciate it. Thank you. KB5WAQ out.
Thank you. Didn't get your name. I'm sorry. Maybe we just don't. I just didn't download the latest spreadsheet, so we may have it out there. I just didn't get to get it downloaded, the current one. Can you give me your name again just to make sure? And I'll make sure to add, see if we can't get that added back to the net, the check-in net.
Roger that. No problem at all. I understand that. My name is Rod, R-O-D, Romeo Oscar Delta. Also, the proper name is Rodney, so we got two Rodneys.
This is AI5ZYK,
Joe in Kingwood, no traffic.
Yeah, 5 Zulu Yankee Kilo, Joe Kingwood, I have you down. Next.
3 Dodge Charger versus a black Toyota. 789 at 2015 and Henry 78, you're clear under control.
And Palmetto on a disturbance.
Juliet 5, Bravo, Whiskey Hotel. Next.
Henry Road.
That's good.
We're still working on the field day data and everything, so hopefully we'll have that done tonight. We'll have some statistics and everything for you. By ready for next time. As John comes up with something, we're still looking for a place to meet. If you know of a good place that's hopefully free, or very inexpensive and might meet our needs, please let us know later on in the net. And I think that's all I've got for now. Any comments?
That's clear.
81 stand 19, take care.
That's clear.
That's clear. 250 checking.
250 under control, stand up, please.
250 clear.
So far, but that's as far as we've gotten.
Well, Richard, let's go ahead and go to your traffic if you have anything else.
Service Road, West, Bucky's, Cane Island Parkway, and IH-10 Senior Bypass West, Truck 1.
Katie, will you advise, this in the parking lot of Bucky's or on the main lanes?
Parking lot of Bucky's near the car wash.
Received. Truck 1, we're going to disregard if it's going to be at the parking lot.
URB.
Call her back and find out if he has a better location. There's not a business at Fry Road in West New York with that name.
Era 50 mic, continuous 38, intermittent 50 amps, excellent condition. My email and phone number are good in the club roster for contact. Over to you, Control. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments for that traffic?
Question in 5KWD.
Go direct.
Thank you. Off the top of my head, is that a linear or a switching power supply?
David, that's a linear power supply. I believe the output is adjustable 3 to 15, something like that.
Thank you. N5KWD, back to you.
Any other comments?
So my traffic has been covered a little bit, but we do have a meeting place, possibly a continuous meeting place in Kingwood. It would be at the Bear Branch pool/meeting room. That's on Bear Branch Street, I believe it is. And I'll send out some information on it this coming week on address and all that kind of stuff, so don't stress about that right now. It'll hold up to about 30 people. They'll have chairs, tables, not a whole lot in there. And it holds about 30 people, like I said. So not a whole lot of people, but that's about what the crowd that we do get. And it is air conditioned. So anyhow, so that's definitely a possibility for us for long term. I'm still looking into other ideas and places for us also. So. But that was my traffic essentially, and that is it for right now. And 6CP back to net control.
Q6CP. Any other comments or traffic for the net before we go to ARL News?
July 14th, it runs just under 10 minutes, so I won't break in. So if there's any issues, just text me on my phone. But I believe everything should be good. All right, so here we go. ARRL News from this past Friday.
.33 North Fry.
Stop transmitting so that your repeater timer can reset. I'm John Ross, KD8IDJ, and welcome to the ARRL Audio News for Friday, July 14th, 2023. Well, last weekend, July 8th through the 9th, was a big one for HF Contest. The World Radio Sport Team Championship, WRTC 2022, coincided with the International Amateur Radio Union, IARU HF World Championship. Judging for the WRTC 2022 is complete. The event was postponed 1 year in 2022. The WRTC judges analyzed each log to verify the contacts made during the competition and cross-referenced them with the official records to ensure accuracy. Once the log checking process was complete, the judges posted the winners. All of the logs, the final score list, and a YouTube video of the closing ceremony are available on the WRTC website. Information on the next WRTC Championship was announced on July 11, 2023, and it will be hosted by the United Kingdom in 2026. Early numbers of log submissions show enthusiastic participation for this year's IARU HF World Championship. More than 5,000 logs were submitted by the afternoon of July 13th. Stations have 7 days after the event to submit their logs, so there's still time for more submissions to be received. Volunteer operators from ARRL headquarters staff participated in the event as NU1AW, the IARU headquarters station. They logged more than 1,000 contacts from the W1AW Hiram Percy Maximum Memorial Station during that event. And as part of the year-long 1AW/KH6 served as the ARRL headquarters station on single sideband from KH6YY in Oahu, Hawaii, and on CW from KH6LC. Certainly it was a busy weekend. Congratulations to all that participated. Will be hosted by the Radio Amateurs of Canada, RAC, and it's going to be filled with 6 days of activity. Young amateur radio operators in North, Central, and South America will operate special event station VE3 Yoda from July 16th to the 21st, 2023. And in addition to contacting the International Space Station and activating a 2-for-1 Parks on the Air location, the opening and closing ceremonies and the ISS contact will be live-streamed on YouTube. The special event station will operate from Yoda Camps at Carleton University and the Diefenbunker Cold War Museum in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Activation of the VE3 Yoda call sign begins Sunday, July 16th and concludes at 2 p.m. on Friday, July 21st. Campers will operate the station during their free time. And the opening ceremony is on Sunday, July 16th from 2100 Zulu to 2315 Zulu. That's 5 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And the keynote speaker will be RAC President Phil McBride. All of the details, including the frequencies, can be found at the Youth on the Air website, and you can read the rest of the story at arrl.org. Last week for the ARRL Teachers Institute on Wireless Technology. The 13 teachers were from all over the country, and they were in town to learn hands-on STEM activities through amateur radio. They liked fox hunting and satellite contacts the best, said ARRL Education and Learning Manager Steve Goodgame, K5ATA. ARRL holds 5 sessions each year, and each session is 5 days in length. The Teachers Institute is an expenses-paid professional development program filled with lectures, hands-on activities, demonstrations that intended to provide teachers with tools and strategies to introduce basic electronics, radio science, satellite communications, amateur radio, weather science, microcontrollers, and electronic sensors to their students. The whole idea is to inspire teachers to go back and inspire their students to be excited about amateur radio, said Goodgame. Support for the Institute is provided by donations from amateurs like you through the ARRL Education and Technology Fund. You can learn more at arrl.org. Group Shortwave Modernization Coalition has petitioned the Federal Communications Commission to allow data communications on multiple bands with HF 2 to 25 megahertz range and up to 20 kW, including on bands immediately adjacent to the spectrum allocated to amateur radio. The group appears to represent high-speed stock trading interest. The FCC has assigned the public notice as docket RN 11953. Comments are due July 31st, 2023, and the comment replies are due by August 15th, 2023. While the petitioners exclude the amateur bands, high-power operations immediately on adjacent bands are proposed. ARRL is reviewing that petition. A PDF of the petition is available at the FCC website, fcc.gov. Has open positions for full-time employment in technical and non-technical areas of the association. Among the qualifications for each position is a desire for experienced radio amateurs, individuals who will thrive in a collaborative, results-driven environment, and to those who have a commitment to advancing ARRL's mission. You can read more about the open positions on ARRL News. KK5DO has filed his weekly AMSAT report, and Bruce says if you are a DXCC chaser or a grid square chaser, you will not want to miss this opportunity. Andreas N6NU will have satellite capabilities while on the Clipperton Island TX5S in January of 2024. They will be operating through IO-117, that's Green Cube. The footprint footprint is large enough to allow for an hour pass. He also will work RS-44. And don't forget to send in your score sheet for the AMSAT Field Day. Instructions are at amsat.org. Click on the tab Events and then AMSAT Field Day on the satellites. The due date is the same as the ARRL Field Day submission. That's July 25th. And to help make chasing grids a little more fun, you can visit hams.at, upcoming satellite activations. Those roving will need to supply the date and time of a pass, along with the satellite and grid they will be in, and this is a great resource to follow. Thanks, Bruce, for the report. Year-long ARRL Volunteers on the Air VOTA event continues. At their website, you can see the state activation schedule for weekly W1AW portable operations, including July 12th to the 18th, Wisconsin, W1AW/9, Utah, W1AW/7, and American Samoa, W1AW/KH8. Upcoming contest on July 14th, the NCCC RIDI Sprint, that's digital, and the NCC Sprint, CW. Then on July 15th, the Russian Team Championship, CW and phone there. The Trans-Tasmanian Low Bands Challenge, CW phone and digital. July 15th through the 16th, the IARU Region 1 70 megahertz contest, CW and phone. The North American QSO Party, RIDI digital. And on July 15th through the 16th, the CQ Worldwide VHF contest, that's CW and phone. On July 16th, the RSGB International Low Power Contest, CW. The QCQ Great Colorado Gold Rush Contest, that's CW. July 16th also, the 17th Run for the Bacon QRP Contest, CW. And July 17th, the RSGB FT4 Contest, FT4 of course there. And on July 19th, the VHF FT8 Activity Contest, that is FT8. ARC Tailgate Hamfest, hosting the ARRL South Dakota Section Convention. That's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. On July 29th, the CVARC 2023 Hamfest, hosting the ARRL Pennsylvania State Convention in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. July 29th, the ARRL West Virginia State Convention at Hamfest. That's in Sutton, West Virginia. August 11th through the 13th, the 2023 ARRL Rocky Mountain Division Convention. That's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And August 2nd through the 20th, Huntsville Hamfest, hosting the ARRL Alabama State Convention. That's in Huntsville, Alabama. And finally, thanks to the Michiana Amateur Radio Club in South Bend, Indiana, for airing the ARRL audio news on their repeater. 7-3.
And that concludes ARRL audio news for this week. Our thanks to all contributors to this week's report. ARRL audio news is produced by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio. For more information on amateur radio or the ARRL, visit us on the web at arrl.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for ARRL. If you have a question or comment about ARRL audio news, email us at audionews@arrl.org. This program is copyright ARRL, all rights reserved. 73, and thanks for listening.
This is K6LSU, Net Control Station for Night's Net. I will now take any final check-ins for TIAC Net. When checking into the net, give your call sign, name, location, whether you have traffic. Stations will have stations with call sign suffixes A Alpha through Z Zulu. Please check in now, one at a time.
No, go in that gate, go Houston.
Trying to get deeper, man.
Across there pretty good. Any other check-ins?
North 36, supervisor, advise priority. 235, priority 2. Fire department's on scene. That's clear. What?
Both gentlemen with some health issues. Does anyone have current status?
Hey, you're pretty scratchy there, but I think I caught what you're trying to get to, and I was actually going to kind of make a comment on that. What the trafficker was, KI5UI is having some health issues, right? I pulled the net, I did the net for him Friday, and he's backup net control for next weekend. And Kent, just for your information, I'll be available for backup if he does not come along or is not able to make it. That said, and to answer the question at hand, does anybody have any information on KI5UI's current situation that we can share?
The subject walked eastbound on Expressway, apparently wearing an orange shirt. $247. Let's make sure we run that truck. It's kind of hard to get a plate because it's inside the ditch, the wooded area. Also, the mail's gonna be a Hispanic mail.
They were 54, they were 62. What was the description on the mail?
Hispanic male wearing an orange shirt.
You said an orange shirt?
Orange shirt.
Next week's net control and backup are let me get that right, hang on. B5KM, Kent, and backup KI5UI. Just for planning purposes, I will be available for backup net control if KI5UI is not able to attend there, so. This is K6LSU now closing a TIAC net. This net meets each Sunday evening at 8 p.m. local time. This net will meet next Sunday night on the TIAC repeater, on this TIAC repeater. This is K6LSU now returning the W5SI repeater to normal use. Thank you for participation in the net. Local time is 8:54. It's not. It's 8:38.
Grade 85.
Edward 85. What apartment is reporting up?
The report is on apartment 36.
Edward 16.
16.
Edward 16. You can send me reference 876.
Area 16 is clear. Speeding vehicle. Reference 876 at 2039. Area 11, Psalm 35, checking.
Edward 54.
Area 54.
4 units returning back to the original location.
That's clear. What's your beginning?
beginning is going to be 267, 267.
That's clear at 2040. Central Mental Health Call, Heritage Village. 263.
Can I get a friendly record with a lockout kit to my location, please?
Charles, 255 Marshall on scene.
Area 63, you're clear. Attention records, and friendly record with the lockout kit, 23831 Brenham Woods Boulevard. Need a record with the lockout kit, 23831 Brenham Woods Boulevard. Charles 25 is clear. Fire Marshal on scene at 2040. Charles 42.
Charles 42, can you clear me out at CBU and have me en route to contract?
Charles 42 is clear. Mental health call 12002 Cops Creek Court. It's going to be waiting a white Chevy Equinox in reference to the reporter's husband, 34-year-old black male, acting erratic, not letting the reporter's kids leave the house. The reporter advises the male is talking crazy and pulled on the reporter's daughter. The reporter is waiting outside and is afraid for the safety of her children. The advising that there are weapons in the home. There's no other information. Reference 990-2041. Available units being route with Charles 42.
Charles 01 release.
Charles 30 is clear. One release 2041. North 5 men.
Can you get us a better address for that call that we're at? That's not adding up. Hey, we're 16. Were you bumping me?
North 5 minutes clear. We'll do a call back. Area 16 negative.
Charles 42.
Charles 42.
Charles 42, can I have a supervisor en route also? This will be in regards to my child dispute call from earlier.
250, I'm clear now. You can show me around.
250, that's clear. Available. Area 11, checking. Flashing your device, you were digital.
Area 11, secure.
Area 11, that's clear. Henry 47, checking.
Area 54.
Area 54.
Show my route at the victim location. None of these same mileage. 267, 267.
Area 54 is clear at 2043.
36.
Flashing it.
Sure.
That's clear. Edward 50. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Can you run that name in my call slip, please?
Call 24.
Paul 24, standby. Flash unit, read device.
Edward 63.
Paul 24.
Call 24. Yes, ma'am. Clear me information. Hold me out on a 678 at 28500 East Hardy.
Paul 24 is clear. Nora 59, read device. We updated the location. It's going to be 22815 Lane Road. Next unit.
Edward 63. No more records.
Area 60 is clear. Some trackers. Number records. 23831 Vernon 1 Boulevard. Number records.
Is it possible to have the reportee step outside of the home?
That's clear.
David 20.
311.
21415 Walden Grove Lane. Coming from the interior motion. Another information.
Nora 50.
Edward 50, sorry about that. No more records.
Area 50 is clear. Some trackers. Number records. 4000 Trashwag. Number records.
You can show us back around the city.
25 cents.
Put an all tailview service.
Channel units in service.
Engine 23 and Water Rescue 23 is going to be back in service.
Engine 23, Water Rescue 23 in service.
My code is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
You can clear West Oak information on my numbers and send me North Main.
That's clear. I have you on Route 500 North Main Street.
Street, 414 Kilo, Box 2505, 2049.
Oscar Delta Mama, I've got a copy on you, Tom. The name this side is Mark Mike Alpha, Romeo Kilo QSL. Alpha Juliet 7 Tango Mike 3 Oscar Delta Mama, have you got a copy on me, Tom?
Mike 3, Oscar Delta November. Yes, copy you loud and clear. This is Alpha Julia 7 Tango Mike, Layton, Utah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know where is my on QTH is Barnsley, South Yorkshire, England. Bravo Alpha Romeo, November Sierra Lima Echo Yankee, Barnsley, South Yorkshire is in North South East / Yorkshire. And my Italy square grid is Italy Oscar 93 Golf November again, Italy Oscar 93 Golf November QSL.
That's okay. On Creek Mish Drive, checking. $334. 334. I have a possible fraud. You made contact with loss prevention at Walmart. They're advising they have video footage of a subject attempting to load a card with a gift card.
That's clear. I have eyes on it.
That's clear.
No more records, EMS on scene.
No more records on North Eldridge.
QRZ incoming confirmation request. I don't know, this page, this QRZ.com is pretty confusing. It's got me asking you to resolve information.
Yeah, as you know, it's 7/17/2023. The time, my time, 0142, and the frequency is 438.800 C4 FM mode, which will confirm this side of the contact. QSL.
Didn't get the next three.
The next three is 0.800, 800, again 800. 142 time on the 7/17/2023 on the C4 FM mode, and it's 438.800.
hat, register white pants, they just left the area. They're walking around.
That's clear.
Team, can I get your check back?
That's fair.
Oh, I use it for. But no worries there, what's your name again? Michael. Michael, no worries. Thanks for contacting us, 7373.
This is KF0MCM. Those 33 countries, yeah, that's my first 90 days of being licensed. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Mike Charlie Mike.
Go ahead.
You're being routed to JPC. Beginning is going to be 100100.
No work needed.
Call 33 received 2057 last United States from you.
April Loud Noise, 24,015 Creekwood. Last unit? Last unit?
1600.
116 confirming you under control?
116, yes, ma'am. Under control.
That's where.
That reminds me of a joke. What did the Papa Tomato say to the baby tomato crossing the street? Catch up. KF0MCM.
Texas Temp Tag 1826, John 30.
Front 22, put me on TC Justin. Do that for her.
Threat 5291, Aussie Mail.
God damn it, no, we're calling. Seeking Michael contact, please.
Yeah, Mike. KF0MCM again. What do you call your accent? Is that Cockney?
Negative Yorkshire accent. It's a bit like, oh, I'm not quite sure, like, but it's Yorkshire accent.
I got zero comprehension, Z comprehension on that. Yeah, that's very, very difficult to understand, sir. I do apologize. I've got a graduate education, an undergraduate degree, and a doctoral education, and I cannot understand you to save my life. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Mike Charlie Mike.
Hi.
Minutes. Weather conditions. Mostly clear. Temperature 86 degrees. to connect to the system, connect to All-Star Hub 48752.
So that's probably the reason you're not able to hear me very well. I don't know. Can you read me now? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to talk for but a few more seconds because I'm almost at my destination. But I was trying to see how well I got this antenna to work.
Now that worked really good. I heard your whole transmission, no problem.
Alrighty.
All right, well, we'll take care and we'll talk to you later. KJ5BDP K2EU.
73.
One station, this is antenna, Mike. 3 Oscar Delta November. Kiaza, please.
Full things not home at this time. It's not physical. 7 at 65.
Charles 14, I can see you heading that way.
That's great, thank you.
American Mike. 3 Oscar Delta November, Michigan 3 Ontario. Get my nowhere. Again, Mike. 3 Oscar Delta November calling. CK, send by for contact, please.
Thank you, sir.
From New Zealand, you know.
ZL1 and ADM, ZN, Kiaza, please.
That's clear, 2103.
Fine.
Show 1 male and 1 female being transported to Katie Memorial Herman by Cypher Medic 13.
Clear.
Unit 69, can you drop a case number? I don't need over there.
Unit 69 received.
at 2105. Psalm 29, checking. That's clear.
Toyota Corolla, Silver.
Definitely.
Rail.
Victor 15, checking.
Victor 15, I'm under control.
Department number? Clear.
QRZ Charlie Tango 1 station, this is Mike. 3 Oscar Delta, remember this side. QRZ, please.
Charlie Penguin, Charlie Good afternoon, 73, Charlie Penguin, Charlie Romeo, Mike the guy Leishman, Charlie Penguin, Charlie Romeo, over.
Charlie Tango 1, Charlie Romeo, this is Mike. 3 Oscar Delta, remember this side, pleased to meet you. The name of this side is Mike Alpha, Romeo Kilo, Mike QTH is Barnes, South Yorkshire, England. Bravo, Alpha Romeo, November, Sierra Lima, Echo Yankee, Barnes, South Yorkshire, England. My home QTH is Italy Oscar 93 Golf November, which is located Barnsley. And at the minute I'm using 5 watts for Raspberry Pi using the Yaesu FTM 500 DKSL.
Okay, Charlie Penguin, Charlie Radio, my name, my kid, name, my kid, area, Armies, Hotel, Echo, Romeo, Mike, Echo, Sierra, my enemies, my kid, the guy Leishman. Okay, very good modulation. Charlie Penguin, Charlie Romeo, 73, over.
73 is a Foxtrot contact. 73 is Portugal from Barnsley. This is a direct match standby. 73.
Foot jail is now closed.
That's right. For a local, you never want to see my team happy.
42. Can you change my call to meet the citizen?
That's clear. Alright, that's clear.
Charles 55. Is the address supposed to be 5227 Pebble Springs Drive?
That's clear. 5227.
That's not going to be a good address. Can you call back the reporting party and get a better address for me?
That's clear.
Henry 25.
Henry 25.
Henry 25. You can send me that Mud 26 for me.
Henry 25, clear aggressive animal 8611 Hunter Moore Circle. Answers report advised of a loose dog that's walking around, advising he could barely make out what kind of dog it was due to it being dark outside. Stated that the dog tried to attack the reporter's dog. Reference 117 at 2112. Charles 55 on call back. The report's advising the address is 5327 Pebble Springs.
That's clear.
That's clear.
Well, it's waiting clear that you can put the numbers on and hold it for him.
128 display. $60 for local, 16,019 also message drive. That was Uber resident.
235, I'm clear. 120, I'm also clear.
235, 122 is clear. Area 63 checking.
Frankie 7 on control.
They're pretty advised of two females, black female and a white female, wearing black top, black shorts after reporting for a ride to the Camden apartments, but the report declined. The police advised that they seemed scared, and they're going to be in the parking lot. Reference 245 at 2116. Central Welfare Check, Limlock Farms.
Both of you to come to the station, please.
That's clear. That's clear.
What's 6 clear? Sure, you're en route.
One anyone clear.
Charles 16 is going to be the address of 223 East Canino.
Edward 62 changes to a minor.
That's clear.
Tag 25 recon. We're going to have one vehicle on the ditch. Here's all occupants are out of the vehicle.
Proceed, one vehicle in the ditch. All occupants have a vehicle.
Emergency timber force. Henry 79, Skywarn Medical Emergency, 4835 Winding Timbers Court. The report is transferred over to Atascocita EMS, advising 10-year-old son was laying down watching TV and their heart is beating fast and blood pressure is going high. Child is awake and breathing, advising they do have chest pain and discomfort. The female is yelling at EMS. Reference 325 at 2121.
WIF. Stand by.
Therefore, I have 227s and 128.
334, go ahead with 27.
3823 3896 3823 3896. Check.
Check, go ahead.
24061125 2406 1125. Check.
Check, go ahead.
Sam Frank Charles 2623 Sam Frank Charles 2623.
334, clear.
Here's the front driver's window. No information.
On 291 westbound, the reportee follows the vehicle to location. The reportee is going to be in a white Chevy Malibu versus a white Toyota RAV4. The resident of the vehicle pulled over. Reference 306 at 2124.
Victor 40.
You have 21318 Park Willow Drive. So you're reporting in reference to the fact where the house is going to be open. I just from gone since 7 a.m. No information. He's waiting in a black Toyota Tacoma.
Sam 86, me on your roster.
Sam 86, please.
Lincoln 21.
Go ahead.
Be advised, there's going to be 3 aggressive dogs on the street.
Lincoln 21, receive. At 85 Bridgeland Creek Parkway, apartment 1113. So your reportee reference their girlfriend tried to kill herself, took some pills and left the location last time a woman ago. It's me, Jackie Miller, 35-year-old, white female, blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing a pink shirt and black shorts. be driving a Toyota Camry. License plates in the split. Direction was moving towards 99 or Fry Road. No information.
Union 36, I'll check that one.
Unit 7 sounds clear. Can you also change the address to 18515? That's clear.
W5BSC repeater.
Issuing route welfare check 9505 North Point Boulevard. Pre-reference to an SO, reference 909. They're requesting a welfare check on the subject, advising they received a call for a possible in-progress break-in and located the location. Units responded with no one there. Advising that they located an address per the phone number that was given. Their call notes advised it was a black male with someone in a black shirt, black pants that broke into an apartment. And the male had a gun in his pants. Reference 288 at 2128. Next unit, guy, I stop on you.
Charles 32.
Charles 32.
Charles 32. For some reason, I'm off that major. Could you put me back on it, please? Yeah, we're 16.
Charles 32 is clear. Area 16.
Yeah, we're 16. Can you send me that alarm local?
Area 16 is clear. Local alarm 5831 Sunny Gate Drive. Point of entry C, front door and family motion detector. Reference 393 at 2129.
Yeah, you can show medic matching on scene and confirming that there's not an active disturbance here.
Area 78, that's clear.
QST. This is Bryce, Kilo 6 Tango India, acting as Topanga Control for this Sunday night directed closed net for DSUP's disaster radio team. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please come now. The net. Check-ins will start with TSUP volunteers and Topanga hams. After Topanga check-ins, new hams, then PAPA members, then guests will be called. Please give me your name, or your call sign, your name, and your location slowly so I can log you in. Topanga hams at this time, please.
In channel view. Respond on ECOM. Tag 2. Engine 32. 2130.
K6TI, this is Kilo 6, Yankee, Bravo X-ray. AK6, YBX, good, Gilbert, thank you very much for checking in. It seems like it's a very quiet night. Looking for any other TSEP volunteers or Topanga hams, please come now. Roger, KK6YBX, KK6YBX. I got you checked in. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Caller is advising that he was bit by a dog while walking. He declined any medical was needed.
Clear.
Adrian, I heard you. I'm still looking to get a few in case there are any TSEP volunteers or Topanga hams. Then I'll go with new hams and then Papa. So if you don't mind, just hang on for just a minute or two more. Last call for any TSEP volunteers or Topanga hams, please come now. Nothing heard. And so now I'm going to move on to new hams. Any new hams that would like to check in? So I think we're up to the KMs, if not beyond the KM call signs now. Anybody who's a recently licensed ham, please come now. Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Charlie Julia. Darren, Temecula. I believe it was Julian and Temecula, and I got KO, Kilo Oscar 6, and then I missed the next two letters, and I think it also ends with J. Yeah, that was KO6, Alpha Charlie Juliet, and it's Darren. Roger, thank you for the correction. I appreciate that. That's Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Charlie Juliet, and you are Darren in Temecula, correct? That is correct. Thank you, sir. Nice, really nice, powerful signal, and thanks for handling that the way you did. I appreciate it. Congratulations on the new call sign. Any other new hands? Any KOs, Kilo Oscars out there? Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Bravo. This is Tyler in Van Nuys. I had a double there. So I'm going to take Tyler first and then the other one that doubled, if you just hang on for just a second. So I have Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Bravo. That's Tyler in Van Nuys, correct? Look at this repeater's been weird all day long. In fact, the whole system seems really weird all day long. KI6BL. Okay, KI6BL, I'll come back to you in just a second, but Tyler, I wanted to confirm it's Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Oscar Bravo, and you're in Van Nuys, correct?
That is affirmative.
Thank you very much. And to the person, Kilo India 6, Bravo Lima with information, could you come again? We're talking at the same time. Nothing heard. Any other Kilo Oscar new hams, please come now. Good, thank you. I'm going to move on to Papa members now, and first I heard Adrian, so I'm going to check you in. That's Kilo 6, Hotel November Golf. Correct, Adrian?
Repeater.
Looking for any other Papa members that would like to check in, please give it to me slowly. Call sign, then name, then location.
Kilo 6, Lima Oscar Victor, Steve on Papa 8, and Christ, I think 4 is off link tonight. Good evening, nice to hear you.
Good to hear you. 4 being off link would make all the sense in the world why Gilbert was the only Topanga Ham TSA volunteer to check in, because I figured if we could at least a few, and Papa B4 being off would answer all of that questions. So thank you, Steve. I appreciate that, LOV. And there was somebody who doubled with Steve. Would you come back, please?
Kilo, Echo 6, Charlie Alpha Victor, November, Jim in Rico.
Okay, I had a double there. The gentleman who's coming in on Papa 9, and I believe the last letter of the call sign was India. I'll come back to you in just a second. But I did hear Jim, that's Kilo Echo 6, Foxtrot Victor November. Is that correct, Jim?
That's affirmative, KE6FVN.
Very good, nice to hear your voice. To the other person who was checking in from, I believe it was Papa 9, and call sign ended, I believe, in in India. Could you try again, please?
That's K6COV checking in.
Radio check.
Loud and clear.
I got San Diego and I got All Star and hard hit. It's hard to hit it. I think if you could give me just a pause before you're saying your name, I appreciate it, and thanks for taking the extra effort to do it on All Star.
Yes, good evening. My name is Tom. I'm in San Diego, Forest Ranch, up by Rancho Bernardo. It's Kilo 6, Charlie Oscar Zulu.
Ooh, thank you very much, Tom. I appreciated that. I had Charlie Oscar Victor as opposed to Charlie Oscar Zulu. So thanks for the correction on that. And coming from Rancho Bernardo, very good. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I'm looking for the next Papa member to check in. Please come now. Again, call sign, name, and location slowly.
Juliet 6, Lima, Romeo Bravo, Mike.
Hey, Logan, this is KN6YDX again. It sounds like there's yet another net running on Papa 6.
Can you hop over to Papa 4?
This is Bryce, Kilo 6 Tango India, and I am net control for TSIP's regularly scheduled coordinated Sunday night net. I'm coming in on Papa 6 because I'm up in Santa Barbara running the net. And I got two people checking in there. I got an call sign ending LRB Lima Romeo Bravo. I didn't get a name and the prefix to that. And then I also got a YDX. I'm going to take Lima Romeo Bravo first, please.
Good evening, it's Mike, and the call sign is Kilo Juliet 6, Lima Romeo Bravo on Papa 15.
Okay, Kilo Juliet 6, Lima Romeo Bravo. It's Mike, and you said you're on I didn't catch the Papa. Well, what's your location, more importantly?
Location is Ramona.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Mike. I appreciate it. Now looking for the caller with call sign Yankee Doodle X-Ray. If you could give me the first part and then your name and location, I'd appreciate it.
It's Kilo November 6, Yankee Delta X-Ray. My name is Steve, and I'm in Redondo Beach. Coming in on Papa 8 because 4 and 6 seem to be disconnected.
Steve, that's Kilo November 6, Yankee Delta X-Ray, coming in from Redondo Beach. Thanks for that information about Papa 4, and you named another Papa repeater, because Papa 4 is the primary repeater for most of the Topanga hams that check in on tonight's net, and the fact that it's offline explains why there's not too many people checking in from Topanga.
Last night I stepped on you. North 25 local alarm at the original Neil's, 4750 FM 920, point of entry, Kitchen Moston, 499 2144.
10.
North 10.
Sending reference number 482, clear on comments.
Clear, 2144.
79. Do you mind calling me the officer, please?
29, that's clear.
Tom 45 SO.
Tom 45, you're clear. William 46, William 54, William 5. They advise they're no longer fighting. Males are now leaning against a black sedan. Prior female was punched in the face by a Hispanic male in the white Astros jersey. It's not active.
Then 14942.
That's clear. West Side Side Mill. Aggravated robbery.
William 67, you can send.
William 67, 26265 Northwest Freeway. See the report yet to CVS in reference to a white male, last seen wearing ski mask, black jacket, and dark colored pants, came to the location, showed a gun to the reportee in his waist, and omitted everything in the register, lapse time 5 minutes. The front door of the business is going to be locked. Reference 512 at 2145. West Side Reed Road follow-up. Henry 25, Henry 29 checking.
Henry 78 checking. Charles 30 and Charles 42 checking.
Charles 42, we're under control.
Resident Oakland, can I get your call sign again, please? Q, Charlie, 6, Juliet, Golf, Zulu. Six, Juliet, Golf, Zulu. Thank you very much, Resident Oakland. I appreciate that very much. Bob, okay, we're going to do you, and that's, I think, Bob W6CJX. Is that correct?
Yeah, the last time I checked. I think so. Sorry about all this tonight. Wow. Yeah, 4, I think soft link, 4H, which stands for Hollywood, I think is just receive only. So unfortunately, that's probably, hello? Somebody's there. Anyway, just checking in. This is kind of my audio check for the night before the net. So thank you for being there. Good to hear you. And thank you for running the net, even though it was compromised there a little bit. So I'll send it back to you, and I appreciate you and all that you do, and hope to link up with you sometime if they're in Santa Barbara even. W6CJX, back to net control. Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, Bob. Actually, yeah, the fact that Papa 4 is offline and there's a few other issues is throwing a little something different at me, and that's a good thing. That's all practice that we all need, because don't expect it to go smoothly when there's a real emergency taking place, or even in the middle of a drill. Stuff happens, so got to be ready to shift and do other things. I thank you for that, because we're getting very close to 7:50 and 8 o'clock will be the outdoor net run by Bob, no less. I'm going to look for any information right now. At this point, Net Control has no information to pass along, but I think LOV might. I'm going to start with him, and then if there's anybody else, I'll ask for anybody else. LOV, go ahead.
Break.
Break, go ahead.
Hi, this is KN6APO. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, 4 and 4H are not linked right now. I did what I usually do to get them relinked, and it didn't work. So I've been talking to Cecil. If he can figure something out, he'll get back to me, and I will relay to you guys. KN6APO.
I really appreciate that. Thank you for the information. Yeah, what I would hope is that the TSEP volunteers, if from their locations, can hit Papa 1, Old Mountain, then they could have gotten in on the net, but they may not realize. They may just think that I didn't show up, which would be too bad. But I appreciate that. I'm going to go back for LOV. Go ahead.
All right, Bryce. Very good. This is Steve, KI6LOV. Well, if they showed up for a net and they thought you weren't there, they should just start doing it themselves, right? Anyway. Helping and grab doors and get the IT. Yeah, turn the radio started at 8 o'clock. For Bob, you actually, I was doing it. Go to PA. This is KJ6. Papa. And please come back 7 o'clock p.m. Wednesday night for the New Hands Net held every week right here on the analog repeaters of the Papa system. And just a personal announcement, I will be out on medical leave for at least a week, perhaps longer, but we shall see. And not life-threatening, but I'm having something somewhat serious taken care of. And I think it's going to work out really well. So everybody out there, you have a fine evening, and throw a good thought my way, if you will.
And Bryce, great to hear you tonight. And I will talk to you when I return. This is KI6LOV. Stay hydrated and try to stay cool. Back to you, Bryce. KI6LOV. Yeah, don't go away too soon. First off, all the best to you on what's coming up. But the recording that CDA made about the outdoor net, so his recorded message and you doubled. So could you repeat your message again, please? Okay, basically, it's like this. I have a medical issue that I'm having taken care of, and I will be away for about a week or maybe two from the New Hams net. And sitting in for me will be Bob, W6CHX. Boy, that's tough for me to say. And KK6LMC, his lovely wife. They're going to be sitting next to me. And with that, I'll talk to you when I talk to you, and we'll see you down the line. This is KI6LOV. Roger. So I got that. CJX, Bob CJX and Carolyn LMC will both be covering for you when you have to miss the one night of the net for the New Hams net on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, correct? That is correct, and I must say I didn't mean to butcher Bob's call sign, W6CJX. There's Bob. KI6LOV. Thanks a lot, Bryce. You got it. I think everything's good. Steve makes a really good point about staying hydrated. In this heat, when you begin to feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated at that point, and so you need to keep drinking water on a regular basis, even if you aren't feeling thirsty at that moment. It's important. Unfortunately, people die regularly when they're taking what they think is an easy walk or hike and don't have enough water with them, and if they get then confused because they're dehydrated, they get lost, and all kinds of bad things can happen. So, is there anybody else with any other information to impart, something on hopefully on a lighter note? Please come now.
Kilo 6, Lima Mike Charlie, it's Carolyn Bryce, and I'm here in Camarillo on All-Star, just coming on in, just trying to get in there to say hello to you, Bryce, and thanks so much for being out there tonight. KK6LMC.
Well, nice to hear your voice, and thank you for taking over the New Hams net and covering it for the week. For Steve, is there anybody else with any announcements? Please come now.
Kilo Delta 6, Lima, Bravo, Logan, on Papa 5.
Logan, there you go. Nice to hear your voice. Got you checked in, and if you can hit Papa 4, because I can't, you'd have to be, if you can hit it simplex and can let anybody else on Papa 4 know that the Papa 4 repeater is offline and the net is taking place, they might be able to hit it by going into Papa 1. I'll take those check-ins, and I would really appreciate that. And then, but if not, we'll be closing it down in just a few minutes.
Affirmative. I have already been on Papa 4. In fact, when I did not hear anybody on, I started sort of a parallel net on Papa 4, and I have some check-ins I will send to you by email or text, and hopefully my signal is okay, and thank you for taking my check-in, and good evening.
Roger?
Kilo Delta 6,
exactly what I had hoped that TSEP volunteers would do, DRT volunteers would do, and that would be, and as Steve said, you start up your own net on Papa 4 and start doing it there. So that's perfect. Thank you very much for doing that. There's a little bit of hiss on your signal, but otherwise it's crystal clear. And I can't thank you enough for doing exactly what you did and stepping in there and filling it in. That's perfect. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. I appreciate it. At this point, because we're about 4 minutes away from the end of it, I'll take any last-minute check-ins, and then we're going to close up the net. Last-minute check-ins, please come now.
Kilo 6 Hotel November Golf, Adrian on All-Star.
Very good, Adrian. I got you checked in. I actually heard you earlier on, and I did check you in from that, so I really appreciate it, and thank you for trying again. Any other Papa members or hams that would like to check in, please come now.
No new info, but I might as well.
Kilo 6, Yankee, Bravo, X-Ray, Gilbert, West Hills, Papa 1. Kilo 6, Yankee, Bravo, X-Ray, Gilbert on Papa 1. I got you checked in. Very nice. Thank you again. And then there was another caller there. To the other caller, please come now.
Yeah, no updates, but you might as well check me in, KM6APO, Ron in West Los Angeles.
And is that Kilo Mike 6, Alpha Papa Lima? Is that correct?
Kilo November.
Kilo November 6, Alpha Papa Lima. Thank you very much. I appreciate you checking in, and thanks for the info on with regard to the issues with Papa 4 and I think you said it's the H. At this point, at this time, I'd like to conclude this portion of TCEP's Disaster Radio Team Net at 7:57. I'd like to thank everybody for participating and putting up with the little different idiosyncrasies that were taking place this evening. I'd also like to thank Cecil, WB6FZA, and the entire PAPA membership for the use of the PAPA system. TCEP volunteers, Logan, if you could let, if you're still there, if you could let everybody know to move over to W6DRT, I will pick them up using All-Star. Anyway, this is Bryce. This frequency is clear at this time and return to normal use at this time. This is Bryce, Kilo 6 Tango India, Topanga Control, clear.
Bryce, are you still there for a correction?
Staying.
Kilo November 6, Alpha Papa Oscar. Sorry.
Alpha Papa Oscar. Thank you very much. I appreciate the correction.
7-3, have a great rest of your day.
273, K6TI, clear.
This is the Northwest Amateur Radio Society repeater, W5NC, Clyde.
I'm SO. I'm working without a computer.
That's clear. Show UFO.
Sam 30, I'm SO.
Sam 30, show UFO.
45, Sam 54, SO.
Show UFO.
Longest holding is an FSGI. We're almost 5.5 hours.
Sam 39, I'm clear. Have such a call reported back on the FSGI. Find out if we're still needed. And we have S cops on tonight.
I believe we do, but I will double check with Watch Command.
Sam 39, I'm clear. Thank you.
Boy, you can send me that major in my contact. Edward.
Is always greatly appreciated. Before we get started, let's pause. You can tell I haven't done a net for a few days. Let's pause for any emergency or priority traffic.
The car is now on the well being of his daughter.
appropriately. Papa System is an open membership-supported system in the Southern California area with coverage from the Mexican border to Modesto and from Pismo Beach to the Channel Islands, including Las Vegas, Nevada. Whew, we went through there the other day. If you are a visitor, always stay there too. If you're a visitor to the Papa System tonight, I invite you to go to papasys.com and register as a guest. And as a guest, you'll have 45 days of free access to roam around the Papa System. Check us out, see if you like it. And at the end of your 45-day guest access period, we'd love for you to become a subscribed member and continue to use and be a part of the Papa System family. However, all amateurs are welcome to participate in daily, weekly, and monthly Papa System nets, regardless of their membership status. So we would love you to still be a member, but you don't have to be on the nets. This is the Papa Great Outdoor Net. Stand by. All right, well, I got a couple, not a few, just actually one or two announcements. I think we're coming up on the end of our monthly events, so there's really only one more to announce. But I believe we did have the San Diego luncheon. That was on Saturday, yesterday, the 15th of July, and that was at Cocina de Charles. Sounded like from a few people. They had a good time, good turnout, good food as always. Makes me want to go there more and more each time, but that's a little far. But would love to. Coming up, we will have the Papa Orange County luncheon. We'll be meeting in person at the Sizzler in Fullerton at 11 a.m., and that's on Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton. Hand license testing at 10 a.m., but please register in advance. No walk-ins, please. Papa presentation is going to be on how to crimp your connectors and not your thumb. I mean, not your style, and your thumb. All future Orange County, LA, San Diego, and Inland Empire breakfast and luncheons will have the exams available, so please pre-register on the website in advance for the event you wish to attend. And, of course, all this information and a whole lot more is found and can be found and is always found, as I'm on there right now, the Papa website at PASYS.com. All right, that's all I have. Any other announcements? Announcements only at this time for the net. Please come now.
Insulated once again. I actually tried to make an extra bedroom up there or something, and I just thrown plywood. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. From the Underground Railway, but it was something peculiar. But yeah, we got it as a HUD, so didn't have to put too much money down or nothing on it. But yeah, we had to put a little work into that, was for sure.
Yeah, well, I got to satisfy the HOA and the garbage company. I had about a half a dozen garbage bags full of just hardy board and crap thrown in there, and they got the driver out and looked at it and left me a little tag and said they don't pick up construction debris, which is kind of funny because I built a whole garage. I did the whole inside of a garage during COVID, and they hauled off every bit of that debris. So, I know I still got the whole front of the house to do at some point, but hey, we got rid of improved the area that we spend most of our time. So, I'll be interested to see when these lots and stuff start moving on and realize their homes have been boarded up.
I think it's more about when the little ones start to hatch, where they're going to end up. If they're locked in, you might have them visited at least for a little while.
Well, that's the fun part was after I replaced everything and dug out all the nests I could find, which I found some dirt dauber nests that were like the size of softballs, just, packed in on top of brick columns. So we dug all those out and dug off a few active paper hornet nests and got all the trimming and all that stuff done, and then went around and silicone and hermetically sealed everything. So they're a little SOL, and if they're in there, they're not getting out, and if they're outside, they're not getting in. So eventually they'll probably die here in the next few days.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, and put Echo Link on it and sign up, so it's a great way to go. Stand by. I will always, anytime you want to jump in and do the net, please do, or ask, or, and I've had Rich, KB0FJB, does a great job too, so, and I'm not trying to hog the net, so, anybody who wants to, although I love it and enjoy the net, so that's another thing. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just I want to, get other people's perspective, and Logan did a fantastic job with that. Okay, well, tonight's net is kind of, it started off with, and we've hit on these topics before.
Yeah, 6BL on Saddle Peak DLR on Papa 4 Hotel.
How about that? I don't believe it. Well, he's on Papa 4 Hotel. Sounds good there, Tom. Do you have anything, you want to say any more?
Got wood.
Okay, maybe he was coming in on the bridge, but you sounded good, even while I was talking, so very good. I guess we could use the DMR bridge maybe on Papa 4, sounds good. Anyway, the topic we've hit on before, and I think since we experienced a little bit of that ourselves on our trip here recently.
Okay, I went over to DMR Saddle and over to Papa 4 if Cecil needs me on here.
Okay, do I need to stand by or anything?
Yeah, I thought I got stung because I was just siliconing or doing something, and all of a sudden it's right in my face, and I just jumped backwards, and yeah, those things are pissed off.
Time spent, but we just had a great time, and with her brother, Bill. So just a brief synopsis of why we went to Utah. And it is, 6,000 some feet there. I forgot, I looked at my watch, the altimeter, to see at Cedar City, and it is a little bit high. And so people do suffer sometimes, some headaches, nausea, and just fatigue, which are some of the initial symptoms of altitude sickness. Also, along with that being the heat, there's a lot of heat sickness or heat stroke type things going on up there. So when I was watching the local news there from St. George, what we did is we went up there to visit and came back down to the 2,000-foot level, just under 2,000 feet at St. George, so that we could acclimate and not push it too much. So it seemed to work pretty good, although we had Carolyn suffered a little bit. She might want to explain later. And one of the things that I wanted to bring to attention tonight is that there's a boost oxygen bottle, which I was told by someone and thought of kind of at the last minute, that you can kind of carry with you. It weighs absolutely nothing. In fact, you're thinking, why am I paying this money for a bottle of air? But it actually is 95% pure aviation breathing oxygen. So what you can get is 200 one-second bursts of air out of that. So that would be something I would strap to my pack, especially if I was going up, let's say, to Mount Whitney or any of the very, very high peaks, maybe 2 or 3 of them. It doesn't weigh anything, literally. Let me reset. Uh, 10 liters. So I think we used about 4 or 5 shots of this, so if anybody wants to buy this from me, there's about 195 boosts of oxygen left. Anyway, it's something that would be nice to have.